Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into Cronos, or CRO.
Yeah, CRO.
It's the native crypto of the Cronos chain
Right.
that's been making waves in DeFi, NFTs, and even the metaverse.
Lots of buzz around Cronos lately.
But recently, CRO's been grabbing headlines for a different reason. Its price
Oh, yeah.
surged over 30% on November 8th.
Big jump.
Snapped a 5-month downtrend.
Definitely caught people's attention.
So let's unpack this. What exactly sparked this sudden surge? Was it just a random pump? Or is there something more behind this rally?
It's definitely not random. Several key developments have fueled this.
Like what?
Well, Cronos released a revamped roadmap.
A roadmap, huh?
Yeah, outlines its plans for the future. They're introducing AI tools, upgrading their protocols for better performance, and refining their token burn strategy to control the supply of CRO.
So they're not just talking the talk, they're actually walking the walk.
Exactly. And speaking of concrete actions, they've also landed a major partnership.
Oh, with who?
Google Cloud.
Wow, Google Cloud.
Now, this isn't just some random tech company hopping on the crypto train. Google Cloud is a major player, and their decision to onboard Cronos as a primary validator is huge.
It's a big endorsement.
For sure, an endorsement of the blockchain's security and decentralization.
Now that you mention it, I do remember reading about Google Cloud getting involved in the blockchain space. They've been pretty selective, haven't they?
They have, partnering with projects that align with their vision.
A secure and decentralized future.
Exactly. This partnership brings a level of legitimacy and trust to Cronos. That's hard to come by, especially for a project aiming to be a big player in DeFi and the metaverse.
Okay, so we have a clear roadmap, strategic partnerships, sounds like a solid foundation. But what about the overall sentiment? Are people actually buying into this surge, or is it just hype?
The sentiment is overwhelmingly bullish. Over on CoinMarketCap, 86% of traders are predicting further gains for CRO. That's a pretty strong vote of confidence, and it's not just gut feeling either.
So the charts are backing it up.
The technical indicators are pointing toward continued upward momentum.
Okay, let's talk tech then. I'm not a hardcore trader or anything, but I know a little bit about technical analysis. What are the charts telling us about CRO's potential?
One indicator that's interesting is the average directional index, or ADX.
Okay.
It's like a speedometer for a price trend. The higher the ADX, the stronger the trend. Right now, CRO's ADX is suggesting the force behind this rally is gaining steam.
So we're not just seeing a quick pump and dump here. There's real strength behind this move. But isn't the crypto market notoriously volatile? This could all disappear as quickly as it appeared, right?
Volatility is definitely a factor. We can't ignore the fact that Bitcoin...
Bitcoin, the big one.
Exactly. It's in a price discovery phase, which means its price is fluctuating. It's trying to find a new stable level. This can impact the whole market, including altcoins like CRO.
Right. So even though CRO has strong fundamentals, it can still be influenced by what's happening in the broader market.
Especially Bitcoin's movements.
That makes sense. So, while things look good for CRO, we need to keep an eye on the bigger picture. Be prepared for potential fluctuations. Speaking of fluctuations, I've heard some chatter about Bollinger Bands and RSI. Can you break those down? What are they telling us about CRO's price action?
Bollinger Bands are like guardrails on a highway.
Okay.
They show us the normal range of price fluctuations for an asset. Right now, CRO is cruising above its upper Bollinger Band, which is a sign of strength, but also suggests that a pullback or correction could be on the horizon.
So it's not all smooth sailing ahead. Might be some bumps in the road.
That's right. The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is another indicator.
RSI, got it.
Think of it as a measure of how overbought or oversold an asset is. Currently, CRO's RSI is in overbought territory, meaning it might be due for a breather.
So should we be hitting the panic button? Selling all our CRO and running for the hills?
Not necessarily. These indicators aren't crystal balls. They just provide insights into potential price movements, but they don't guarantee anything.
Right, so a potential pullback doesn't mean the end of CRO's rally, just a healthy correction before it continues upward.
Think of it like taking a break during a hike. You catch your breath and recharge before continuing your climb.
Great analogy. Helps to put things in perspective. But let's be honest, wouldn't it be amazing if CRO just kept soaring?
Yeah.
No pullbacks? I mean, there's even a wild prediction floating around about CRO reaching $10.
Oh, yes, that prediction.
That's pretty ambitious, right?
Definitely on the ambitious side, probably fueled by a lot of enthusiasm.
I have to admit, I chuckled a bit when I first heard that. But then again, who knows? Maybe CRO will surprise us all.
It's definitely a possibility. And there are some technical signs that suggest it's not entirely out of the question.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me more about these technical signs. What's making people think CRO could have such a massive run?
Well, CRO recently broke out of a long-standing descending channel,
Broke free, huh?
like breaking free from a cage.
So CRO spread its wings and is ready to soar.
That's a great way to put it. And adding to that sentiment, the 9-day moving average has crossed above the 21-day moving average. This crossover is a classic technical signal, suggesting a potential trend reversal with buyers taking control.
Momentum is building, the bulls are in charge, and CRO is breaking free. Things are getting exciting.
But hold on, you mentioned the average true range, or ATR, earlier. What's that all about?
Ah, yes, the ATR. It measures volatility, and CRO's ATR is currently quite high, which means we could see some wild price swings in the near future.
A roller coaster ride.
Exactly.
Okay, you've got me on the edge of my seat. This is getting really interesting. But before we go further, let's look closer at what's happening within the Cronos ecosystem. Anything happening on-chain that supports this bullish price action?
Absolutely. One of the most encouraging signs is the increased on-chain activity. We're seeing a rise in active addresses, more transactions taking place. The total transaction count has already surpassed 2.3 million.
So it's not just speculation. People are using Cronos. More users mean more activity, more transactions, and ultimately more demand for CRO. It's a cycle that can drive growth.
But not everyone's jumping on the CRO bandwagon just yet, right?
Why?
There are still some skeptics out there.
That's true. The long-short ratio shows a near-even split.
Oh, really?
This tells us that while many are bullish on CRO, others are waiting for more stable upward movement before fully committing.
A dance between the believers and the doubters.
It's actually a sign of a maturing market. Investors are becoming more discerning, doing their research, and not just blindly following the hype.
That's a healthy sign. CRO's growth is being driven by genuine interest, not just a frenzy.
Exactly. It's a good sign. Welcome back. So, before the break, we looked at CRO's price surge, but let's dig a bit deeper into Cronos itself.
Yeah, good point. It's easy to get caught up in the price action without really understanding the fundamentals.
Exactly.
For those who might not be totally familiar with Crypto.com, can you give us a rundown?
Sure. Think of Crypto.com as a platform that's trying to make cryptocurrency more accessible worldwide. They have a crypto exchange, a Visa card that lets you spend your crypto, and even a DeFi wallet.
Oh, wow.
Cronos Chain is kind of like the backbone of all this.
The backbone.
It provides the infrastructure for these applications.
So Cronos is like the engine that keeps the Crypto.com machine running.
That's a good way to put it.
But it doesn't stop there, right? We touched on dApps and cloud compute payments earlier.
You're catching on. Cronos isn't content with just being the engine. It wants to be a major player in the decentralized world.
Okay.
Imagine a future where you can seamlessly pay for cloud computing services using CRO.
That's pretty ambitious.
That's the kind of ambition we're talking about here.
I'm starting to see the bigger picture. But let's go back to basics for a sec. You mentioned Cronos is a CEX token,
Right.
which stands for Centralized Exchange Token.
That's right.
Can you unpack that for us? What does that even mean?
Being a CEX token means that CRO is closely tied to the Crypto.com exchange. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it gives CRO a solid base, a direct link to a huge user base.
So if Crypto.com does well, CRO is likely to benefit.
Exactly.
Makes sense. But what's the downside?
The flip side is that CRO's fate is intertwined with the performance of a centralized entity.
Ah, I see.
If something were to happen to Crypto.com, it could ripple through to CRO as well.
That's a crucial point for anyone considering investing in CRO.
Absolutely.
Highlights the importance of diversification.
Always a good idea.
Speaking of investments, are there any key metrics that stand out for CRO?
Absolutely. Over on CoinMarketCap, CRO is currently trading at 0.1565,
Okay.
with a market cap of $4.16 billion.
Got it.
Sitting at number 25 on CoinMarketCap's ranking.
Not bad for a token that was trading at just over 7 cents a few days ago.
It's been a wild ride.
What about trading volume? Has there been a change there?
Definitely. We've seen a 66.67% jump in 24-hour trading volume, reaching $91.62 million.
Wow, a lot of action.
There's a lot of interest and activity around CRO right now.
Makes sense. Everyone wants in on the action.
Yeah.
But let's step back and look at CRO's historical price performance.
Looking back, CRO has seen its fair share of highs and lows.
Like a roller coaster.
It reached an all-time high of JARA.9698 DAC on November 24th, 2021.
Right.
But it also experienced an all-time low of 0.01149 on December 17th, 2018.
Quite a range.
The crypto market can be pretty volatile.
For sure. But despite those ups and downs, CRO has carved out its own space.
Definitely. And it's continuing to evolve.
Oh, how so?
One of the most important developments is Cronos Galileo.
Galileo.
It's an upgrade that's going to boost the Cronos chain capabilities.
Sounds intriguing. What exactly does this upgrade entail? What kind of improvements can we expect?
Think of it like a software update for your phone.
Okay.
Galileo will enhance the chain's speed, efficiency, and security. It's all about giving the Cronos chain a supercharged engine
A supercharged engine.
to handle even more complex applications and transactions.
So it's like a tune-up for the blockchain. Faster, more efficient, more secure.
Just like your phone needs software updates to run smoothly, blockchains need upgrades too, to improve their performance and stay ahead of vulnerabilities.
So this Galileo upgrade is a good sign.
It shows they're committed to the long-term success of the project.
They're not just resting on their laurels.
In the world of crypto, you have to be constantly innovating, pushing the boundaries.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive.
We explored how Cronos fits into the Crypto.com ecosystem, discussed the potential for dApps and cloud computing, and even peeked at the upcoming Galileo upgrade.
And we looked at CRO's market performance, its price history, and the risks and rewards of being a CEX token.
Right. But there's still more to explore.
Welcome back. So we've covered a ton about Cronos, from that price surge to the tech, partnerships, and even that Galileo upgrade. We dug into the whole Crypto.com ecosystem and the potential for dApps, cloud computing, you name it.
Right, we've looked at what's driving CRO's momentum, analyzed the potential and the risks, but now, what does the future hold for Cronos?
Yeah, where do we go from here? What does it all mean for Cronos in this crazy world of crypto?
Well, Cronos seems to be in a strong position. Clear roadmap, a passionate community, a growing ecosystem.
It's got a lot going for it.
That Google Cloud partnership adds a lot of credibility. And developments like Cronos Galileo show real commitment to pushing the boundaries.
It's not just about the tech, though, is it?
You're right.
People need to actually use it.
Adoption is key. Real-world use cases are essential. And that's what makes Cronos so interesting. It's already embedded in the Crypto.com ecosystem.
Which has a ton of users.
But the game changer, expanding into those new territories, dApps, cloud compute payments.
Imagine using CRO to pay for your cloud storage, rent servers, access AI tools. That would be huge for crypto as a whole.
As demand for decentralized solutions grows, Cronos is well-positioned.
But let's be real, there are challenges. Crypto is volatile.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's always regulatory uncertainty looming.
Valid concerns. No investment is without risk, especially in crypto. But Cronos has shown resilience.
Bounce back from those downturns.
Strong foundation, growing ecosystem, it's got a fighting chance.
So could Cronos become a major player in the crypto world?
Yeah.
That's the big question.
It certainly has the potential. The future of Cronos, like any crypto, depends on a lot of factors. Tech advancements, market dynamics, regulations, and of course, the community.
The community is everything.
Without a doubt.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Cronos. I hope you found it helpful.
Informative and insightful.
We've covered so much. But remember, this is just the start of your own journey into Cronos.
The learning never stops. Keep exploring, keep questioning.
Keep diving deep into crypto.
Who knows what you'll discover?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.